Welcome back, guys, to Triangle Strategy, where Chapter 8 gets underway with yet another Scales segment ready to begin. However, since last time, I have been leveling up some of our lower-leveled characters, which in turn has got me, as you can see literally just above my head, 7 character stories. So what I've been doing is I've got a fair bit of extra cash now, as you can see above as well, 32,000 and 132 kudos. But it was mainly all from just grinding up everyone who was not yet level 11 to level 11. Because level 11 was where my main battle team was sitting. So like, for example, Frederica and Gila here were literally just about to become level 12, but we didn't get them over. Huguette's about to become level 12. But I got essentially Medina, Julio, even though Julio was actually in our last main battle, Corentin, Jens, even though I can't pronounce his name, and Piccoletta, all up to level 11 as well. In fact, everything's like literally a level 11 about to hit level 12. So essentially we can chuck some new guys in if we want to, which does mean that I've actually had some time to play with some of the guys. Like I've now seen Jens's Spring Trap in action. He also has a delay as well now, which does not do any damage. Spring Trap just knocks people back. You can cause them to collide with each other, which is kind of interesting. Piccoletta's the most interesting one out of the lot because that decoy is kind of amazing in more than one way. Because I was like, okay, so we can stick down a decoy and it's all good, right? We can stick down a decoy and that's cool. And the enemy seems to go like, oh, it's a little girl. We don't know if she's a decoy. Let's go beat her up. Which is kind of weird. But you can also just stick the decoy on top of an item that will actually collect the item, which is the bit I found the most interesting. You just go from range, plop, I want that item. I choose you. And it actually works. So I haven't done her item launch or anything like that yet. Medina, I haven't done any of her abilities, but she's got long toss now, which means she can chuck items on her friends to heal them from a massive range. Julio already had KOTP+. Corentin got nothing new as well. So basically no one else got anything new apart from really these guys. No one got any new abilities. They're just a little bit better. Pierce defenses sounds lush though. So with that, we've also got a ton of iron, etc. So we'll use that to upgrade some of our guys. But out of the 7 character stories that I did actually get a new character as well. The normally lively barkeep at the encampment that's at a heavy side. What could be the reason? What could be the reason?
What is the realm coming to?
Hail, fair maid.
Well, if it is an Eridor, have a seat. You've ample choice.
Who are you and what have you done with the barkeep? The one I know ain't prone to melancholy.
She is when word of a fellow barkeep's misfortunes reaches her. It's all in this letter. People are taken to plunder and to survive this war, and my friend's tavern was destroyed beyond repair.
Here's hoping your fine establishment escapes unscathed.
I can't bear to think of what I'd do without this place.
My heart goes out to you. As if times weren't hard enough with customers.
I can't think straight for worrying so much. Well, you're a soldier, aren't you? Can't you just go out there and crush your enemies so we can be done with all this?
If only it were so easy. What I wouldn't give to wield a flagon every day instead of a blade.
Never took you for the type to make excuses, Eridor.
Eridor is doing everything he can. The realm suffers because of my failings.
Forgive me, Lord Wolfort. It was hardly my intention to blame you. What with things being as they are, I haven't been myself these days. But enough of this. All the moping in the world won't change a thing. It's time for action. My lord, as you can see, I'll have no choice but to shutter my tavern if the war doesn't end, and soon. So let me join you. I think you'll find that pouring ale isn't the only trick I have up my sleeve. Ah, but where are my manners? Hossabara's the name, my lord. At your service. A barkeep I may be, but good drink isn't the only way I know how to heal what ails people.
I can vouch for that, my lord. Hossabara is good to have around in a pinch.
Then I see no reason to refuse. You are most welcome among us.
Ha! Heartening to see you're the decisive type. I won't let you down.
And you've made a good decision as well. Couldn't have picked a better lord to serve, I tell you.
Aye. I gathered that the way you're always singing his praises.
Hossabara has joined our forces. I was kind of hoping, looks like she might be Healy. But equally, I was kind of hoping she'd make people drunk so they miss or something from range. Chucks beer down their throat. Gets the funnel and orders them to chug. A horseback healer? She's got a horse. Where'd she keep the horse? Help allies in need. Heals allies within range. Heals herself and her ally when performing a follow-up attack. So she's meant to be deployed in a physical fighting way? Does she have good defenses? Yeah, at this point it is very much that we're going to have everyone in this tent in time. Everyone in this tent will be ours. Will be ours. Let's see one more character story. We got Erodor, who relaxes at the encampment when Hughette comes to him with a question. Try to space out these stories a bit.
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolfort for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. See him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me.
Several days ago.
Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I am certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Of course.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hughette. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want him frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle them carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend.
By our stories, we get a little bit of character depth. The oldies have their past as well. Sono's convictions have been strengthened just by viewing it. So we'll take these a little bit of a time between scenes, though I am almost tempted to just do them one after another now because, well, let's face it, it might be holding more stuff behind it. Alright, let's go to the encampment quickly then, because we've got kudos to spend, etc., so we can get on with our story again. So we're backed up to like 100 kudos, which just enables me to get something at this point. So I'm thinking personally of getting missed opportunities. Stop a single enemy for 1 turn, preventing them from taking any actions. Seems really good. It seems like that would be really, really, really good against like, well, Avlora in general, or bosses if it works. You know, maybe some of them resist the status effect. There's some other good ones here. I mean, Battle Cry is a bit more situational. There's ways of just like kind of pacing things out, but being able to move fast or like all across all allies for 1 turn is pretty cool. Being able to warp is pretty cool. But we obviously want the quietest point after getting one of these abilities. I'm going to go for missed opportunity for now. And then at Jens, we have materials. So at this point, I'm thinking of just getting everyone to at least like a standard of 2 on their weaponry, which requires a lot of iron for a lot of people. Increases your luck at max HP. I think personally for him, physical defense up seems to be what he's lacking. You then, you've got good physical defense. Should we amplify that more? Strength is something you're lacking, actually. But considering that's a strength of yours, I'll boost the strength instead of boost a lack. Healer can also get some stuff here. Max HP, again, there's physical defense. She gets pinged by a fair few archers here, there, and everywhere, to be fair. You could go with a larger HP for her. Might be more interesting to see what, like, the second tier of stuff does, to be fair. See if it boosts healing at all. I think with most guys, it just feels like defense might be the safe / more obvious option. Corrington has the increased ice resistance by 15%, which would put him to 45%. But that seems weird enough as well. Could just go defense again. Boring defense. I mean, will we actually be able to max these out? This is kind of the thing as well. Julio has less defenses than Benedict. Let's just make a much more hardy party. That's for certain. So Hossabara, who's our new character here, increases weapon potency by 5 to deal greater damage and restore more HP. She's got a club. Mounted healer with a club. How are you healing people? Just smashing people in the brain? I do wonder what your stats are before I level you up anymore. We've already got 2 for Nav. We don't actually have enough stuff. We need iron for you. So we're out of iron at this point in time. Jens has got his weapon up. Now, Jens is, like, low on the movement side of things, so I was thinking of upgrading him in that sense. So we'll give him movement up +1. We can switch now between these if we want to. But he doesn't need jump on this, because he can build ladders, so he doesn't need jump. It's kind of like, eh. And there's increased damage dealt by Ball Toss for Piccoletta, which is interesting, because it's a skill I don't have yet. But it's probably something I will want to amplify in time, correct? I say that's most likely. Meanwhile, of course, we've got the second tier of stuff here, so we could go with Anna. Upgrading her weapon to be a bit stronger with some quality stuff. We can actually go in a little bit on our tier 2 people. We can increase Hawk dive range or delay strike damage up. That's with quality iron. Or we could choose to go with another one of Anna. Anna! Passive skill, back attack damage up. And then she also has to mount TP -1, which is, I think, incredibly interesting. Because if I'm right in saying, I thought that skill only costed 1 TP. Now we've got Hossabara, we should probably look at what you've got. So you've actually got a fairly okay physical defense by the look of things. Knight's Bane increases damage inflicted to you by spears. Oh, blimmin' hell, everyone on horse has a weakness. Grant HP to all allies within range is Be Brave. The range is literally right next to it by the look of things. Cleave, deal physical damage to enemies across 3 horizontal squares. So she's like, she's actually got really high strength. So she is literally your battle healer. She can heal. She does fight. She gets TP when moving 5 or more squares. She does the healing when passively when you join in with attacking someone. Could be cool, could not be cool. Randomly has the same defense as Roland. Poor Roland, he's made more useless all the time. No, he doesn't have the same defense. So that's the thing. Anna, where are you? That's what I thought. So mount costs 1 TP. So you can actually make it cost 0 and always use it as an option to move her up things. Which is kind of cool. So do we just make Anna more powerful by making it so she can climb everything anytime, whenever she wants? Yeah, why not? Alright, let's find out what this message is actually going to be. See, backstab damage obviously sounds cooler, but being able to move her about in the craziest ways sounds pretty cool as well. Anna gets all the upgrades. All the upgrades. Anna isn't like the favorite character already because of what she can do for me. Right then, after hearing Silvio's proposal, which I don't think we have heard yet, Semono is faced with a difficult decision.
In short, you wish for the 3 high houses to join hands and fight the duchy. Is that correct, Lord Silvio?
Indeed. I believe it our duty to fight. Some are frozen in fear, trembling at the mere thought of the duchy's power. I feel that joining the 3 high houses under a single flag is the only way to unite them. My men ready themselves for war as we speak. Come to Telliore, and we can strike at Aesfrost together. Prince Roland will be safe with us, of course.
It's as good a plan as any. You have my thanks for getting the preparations underway.
I wonder if Lord Landroy would agree.
I doubt House Falks would refuse a fight. Their devotion to the crown knows no bounds.
But of course, they reaped great rewards from the bountiful lands won during the war.
You propose reuniting the 3 high houses who led the Saltiron War to its end. It is heartening to know you would once again lend us your strength.
We certainly could use all the help we can get, though I wish we could resolve matters peacefully.
You speak as though your brother is not at fault for all this.
My bride-to-be bears no blame for the duchy's actions.
My apologies. Forgive me for my outburst. But we haven't much time. I would have your answer now.
Shall we accept Lord Silvio's proposal, my lord?
Fetch the scales, Benedict. We shall decide our path together.
I'd love to know what everyone thinks of this. Lord Silvio made the journey to our domain to offer us an alliance. I would know what the others think on the matter. I would like to know indeed. Okay. So, yeah. It's kind of weird, like, these votes are always split in a way. Because you'd kind of think, for the most part, that everyone would be like, yeah, an alliance. Because that's, you know, the three houses joining together and fighting Aesfrost would basically mean that the Aesfrostian forces in the capital are encircled and cut off from supply lines. Of course, we'd have to fight, like, whatever reinforcing forces were coming in from Aesfrost. At least Anna isn't undecided, yeah, which is kind of weird. But you'd think, you know, that's just perfect. So why are there actual people against it? Is one. Two, why is Benedict undecided? Alright, let's, should we listen to reasons first?
Serenoa.
To say I have no doubts about Lord Silvio would be a lie. Even so, we are in sore need of allies. If the three high houses stand together, we may be able to turn the tides of war in our favor. This one should listen to reason, eh? Okay, actually, you're the most interesting. Everyone has their suspicions over Lord Silvio's offer, but I think we can guess his true intentions easily enough. Whatever House Telliore's aim might be, I am certain we can use it to our advantage. Right. So me and Benedict may take effort, but they can be swayed on either path. I think me and Benedict are of like mind at the very least.
Yes, sir.
We must be prepared for any who would march against us, but our forces are lacking in both number and supplies. Ah, so this is why you're up for it. House Telliore's motives matter not. We could use even those against them should the need arise. Wait, everyone's actually kind of a mind, but some are like... Okay, so, I'd love to hear, this one should listen to reason as well. Okay, you. The high houses are sworn to protect the crown, yet Lord Silvio couldn't be bothered to leave Telliore when the capital's in danger.
Here's what I think.
I can't help but wonder what he's scheming, but if he wants to join forces, I see no reason to refuse him. Okay, so everyone... everyone thinks he's up to no good. That's quite funny. But from what I get it, Benedict is undecided because he's literally like, well, whatever happens, it doesn't matter. We'll overcome it and trash everything. That seems to be like Benedict's way. It's like, it doesn't matter what the Lord decides. I'm cool. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, we can head out. Oh, so exploration phase 2. Oh, we've looked at one half. But yeah, instantly, as soon as we... as soon as he said that, and he'd made like a decision, obviously he's decided on something, and it's probably not something as honorable as let's go fight Aesfrost. Because, again, it's working out pacing. I guess story pacing, you could say, in a regard, on the basis of the fact that if the three high houses were to join up and face Aesfrost, the only thing that would prolong the story at that point would probably be that Hyzante comes and joins Aesfrost, which I don't think is going to happen. Because surely we should be able to, as the three high houses with the positions we have and with the Aesfrostian army just defeated, join up as the three houses, then be able to just destroy the Aesfrostian army that are encamped in the capital. You'd have thought. Especially because we know a way to sneak in and they don't necessarily know where we snuck in from. So, you know, a bit of looking into where, like, the beats might be going. Unless the game wants to end now, that'd be funny. A rearguard's cloak is obtained. Is that an attachment? It is not. Oh, no, it is. Decreases damage taken when being hit from behind. You mean that thing that no one wants to get hit from? I mean, who should I give that to? Who's liable to get hit from behind? Who would we even put in that position? Weirdly enough, I'd have said Anna because of the missions she has to undertake. Oh, this is really weird because I don't really want to put it on anyone. Because no one should be getting hit from behind if I'm playing it relatively, right? I guess I'll put it on Benedict as one of the tankier guys who I might be willing to let that slip with. So we've got essentially the option to just probably go well, you're going to betray me anyway or something maybe. There. And also earlier in the story, it has played House Telliore as being very much shunned on the outside, right? As in, like, House folks got to get one party back to Aesfrost, and we took one delegation back to Hyzante. And then House Telliore were just, you know, undermined, disliked, kind of the one on the out. So, you know, kind of plays it a betrayal angle, isn't it? Lord of House Telliore came all this way to ask for an alliance, but just between you and me, they wouldn't be much help in battle. What? House Telliore is indeed not known for their prowess on the battlefield, but I do not know if we have the luxury of choosing our allies now. So wait, we don't even need them? Like, they're not good? Do they at least have something to help? Must be information, sorry. How have I missed this? House Telliore's might, isn't it? Though one of the three high houses, Telliore lacks both valor and troops. So the support of soldiers at full health is something the exhausted House Wolfort desperately needs. Not if they're bad. That's just hilarious. Like, our first guy we talked to just went, yeah, they're kind of crap. They're kind of rubbish. Oh dear, how could this happen? And at a time like this, is something the matter? Whatever it is, I would be happy to help. Well, you see, my daughter and her husband got into a fight and decided to go their separate ways. But I fear for what will happen to their poor son. I don't know what I should do. Oh. 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 I don't want to... I fear there is all you can do. The issues between the two of them must be resolved as such. I mean, yes. Children are the ones who suffer most when parents fight. Yes. I think your efforts are best spent helping them reconcile. No. Yes and no. There's a point where surely they can't. I don't think I should have seen that in the chat. There is naught to be gained by forcing themselves to stay together. Separating and starting new lives is for the best. Yeah, so there's like a... Yes? There's no point in getting rid of it. I've already seen it now. There is naught to be gained... Now I know of the existence of a route, supposedly. There is naught to be gained by forcing themselves to stay together. Separating and starting new lives is for the best. Right. How do I... So, is this a personal belief things again? Like, I think it is always better for a child to grow up with an extensive support system. Good parents are needed for a better upbringing, I feel personally. I've known people who've had good parents, people who've crap parents, and they still ended up great. But, you know, it would be nice for them to stay together. However, you cannot force people to be together if they do not want to be together. And forcing them to do that will just make a terrible environment, surely, for the child as well. I don't know. It's like, I'd love to ask questions. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to, like, straight up ask. So are they both going to, like, co-parent properly? Are they both, like... Is one of the parents just, like, washing their hands of all the relationship? I mean, if they're up for counselling, but it's a medieval-ish world, so I don't know if counselling exists. I think there's all you can do. The issues between the two of them must be resolved as such. I mean, that's very true. But I also actually very much believe in this. Not necessarily the separating and starting new lives is for the best, but forcing them to stay together. Obviously, they've actually resolved the issue between themselves. You hate this choice so much you think you picked the second? This definitely feels like it needs more context from, yeah. But they've decided to go their separate ways. I actually... It's either 1 or 3. They should be able to find their own happiness. They gotta find their own way. You have a point there, my lord. Staying together may just make things worse in the end. Even if their marriage is over, that doesn't mean it's the end. I pray my daughter will find happiness no matter what she chooses. Thank you, Lord Serena. I feel so much better now that we've spoken. I apologize for burdening you with my family's troubles, especially at a time like this. You needn't apologize. No family is perfect. See, that's one of those questions that I don't want to ask. Like, Shin Megami Tensei 4 did a lot of this. It's like, it reveals a little bit more of, like, someone in a video format, streaming, etc. Of, like, what they actually think on this kind of stuff. It's weird because it just makes you think of your own life and how things went. And, like, things you don't want to share, too. Which, of course, is what shapes you to make, like, a decision like that. Lord Serena, thank you for protecting our house. See, I'm a good boy. I didn't burn down your houses. I just realized, would I have even been able to go out here if I did? Wrecked everyone's crap? And how does the kid know that we were going to burn down his house? I mean, we weren't. We were. To be honest, it was very specifically his house that was going to get burned down if things went to crap. RHP recovery pellet times 2. It was very specifically that kid's house that was going to get burned. Oh, where's the stools gone? Quality fiber. We will rebuild Warfort with our own hands. You drove back the Aesfrosties, so leave the rest to us. But nothing happened to it. It's fine. I guess we don't see the areas that probably aren't fine. You have no idea how relieved I am that our homes were spared from the blaze. My daughter's favourite toy was right where she left it at home, and my husband will be able to rest easy when he comes home at night. I'm so happy everyone's house is okay. My doll was at home right where I left it, safe and sound. SMT4 showed you were a neutralist? Yes, but you can't really say that, can you? Because to be able to get neutral in SMT4, spoilers for anyone who didn't watch it, I had to make decisions that was of one of two sides, right? So there was nothing neutral about my neutrality. Same as like Class 7, right? Nothing neutral about that neutrality. It's just a lot of beliefs that make you somewhere middle of the road. Channing spikes. You might lean heavily one way on a spectrum of like politics, etc. But you actually, when you look at it, you have lots of things or beliefs that might also lend to be on the other side. You got to examine that kind of stuff and figure out where you are at. Figure out where the end of the thing is. What side might be more to your end goal? I don't even know. Everyone has to make choices with things after all.